Is your character overloaded with crafting tools, supplies, and kits and you don't know what to do with it?
We're going to break down the D&D 2024 crafting rules quick and easy. What's going on, YouTube? I'm the Mind Flayer Slayer.
And I'm Dr. DM, and you've probably seen in the 2024 Player's Handbook that you have access now to crafting tools, and a lot more than before, and they're actually quite useful.
Indeed.
Not only are they good in their own right, as you can use them to start fires or break down stone doors, well, with them, and most of them, you can actually craft non-magical equipment.
Yes, you can.
Now, it's a little complicated, but we're going to break it down really easy for you. Once you watch this video, you have no problem crafting something for your campaign, so let's get started.
The D&D crafting rules in the 2024 Player's Handbook are similar to those found in the 5th edition D&D book, Xanathar's Guide to Everything, with some tweaks to make them a little bit more compelling. To craft non-magical equipment, you're going to need 3 things: the appropriate tool, proficiency with that tool, and raw materials worth half the item's purchase price, rounded down.
Crafting item takes number of days equal to its purchase price divided by 10. We're going to round fractions up. These days don't need to occur one after the other, and multiple characters can work together on projects to shorten this crafting time.
I like that a lot.
It is pretty cool because it's a group effort.
Yeah.
Provided they have the appropriate tools and proficiency as well. And remember, if you have the proficiency and the tools, you actually get advantage on all your rolls for these. So you can simply then divide the time remaining by the number of people working on the item.
For example, if you want to craft a heavy crossbow, you need 25 gold pieces of raw materials, half its cost as it originally sells for 50 gold pieces. You then need a number of days equal to its purchase cost divided by 10. So 50 gold pieces divided by 10 would be 5 days. By yourself, 3 days with 2 people, and so on.
Now, this is pretty cool. It does get a little ridiculous when it comes to expensive items such as plate mail, which would take one person 150 days by themselves to craft.
Yeah.
But that might be worth it as far as for the discount or even the role play or even the downtime use for your groups.
I love the idea of being able to build something very significant for one or maybe multiple group members by working together throughout a journey. It doesn't have to be like the most powerful piece of equipment, but it could be symbolic or something that really is meaningful to your party or to the story that you're trying to tell.
Yeah, it could be a gift if you want to upgrade yourself. Or heck, maybe you're building an army and you can start crafting heavy crossbows for your whole army, right?
Absolutely.
In a few days. So this has a lot of width to it and a lot of gameplay depth as well. Now, I wish you could also craft magical items. Maybe in the Dungeon Master's Guide 2024, there might be a method for that. Maybe there's some kind of higher level version of these tools or feats to do that. Who knows? And it doesn't exist. Maybe you as a DM or your group can come up with that as well. So that is crafting items using the tools. Now we're going to go on to crafting potions of healing and spell scrolls. This is very beloved. So let's talk about that.
In the D&D 2024 Player's Handbook, it's possible to craft both potions of healing and spell scrolls. Crafting a potion of healing requires a Herbalism kit and proficiency to use it, 25 gold pieces of raw material, and it takes 1 day to craft, or 8 hours of work, technically.
Spell scrolls are a little more complex. I don't think as complex as non-magic items, but well, look. Describe a spell scroll you need proficiency with the skill Arcana or with calligrapher's tools. You have to have the spell prepared each day you're working on the scroll inscription. You need the raw materials, the cost of which depends on the spell's level, and any material components the spell requires, which are then consumed when you complete these scrolls. So it's going to be pretty intensive.
Absolutely. The time and money it takes to scribe a spell scroll depends on the level of the spell you want to inscribe on the scroll. So for example, a spell that is a cantrip would take 1 day, a cost of 15 gold pieces. A first level spell would also take 1 day, but cost 25 gold pieces. A second level spell would take 3 days with 100 gold pieces, and so on.
Yeah, and then you get higher levels. For example, a 7th level spell will be 50 days, a 8th level spell will be 60 days with 15,000 gold at this point, and a 9th level spell, can you spell scroll wish?
Absolutely.
I guess you can. 120 days, which, I don't know, is that your whole campaign, and 50,000 gold pieces. So it is possible, but there's a steep cost. So when the scroll is used, after you've completed it, the spell is cast as if the person who created it was casting it. That means it uses their spell save DC, attack bonus, and counts as a spell being cast by someone of their level if it's a cantrip. So I like this. With enough gold back up in your treasure coffers, you could actually dole out like a bunch of free cantrips or level 1 spells like shield. I mean, who knows? I think this could have
fireballs, wishes.
And sometimes you get to the point in your campaign, wishes. Sometimes you get to the campaign point where you have like infinite money. It's just coming out of all your pockets. You know, we've been there.
Absolutely.
So if that's the case and you're not looking to make like a castle or whatever,
you can open up a spell scroll shop
where
you just sell wish spells.
And then
like
your whole
you're renowned throughout the entire multiverse for granting wishes to anyone who desires them.
That is actually amazing. And that's now your whole campaign. It's turned into like a cozy, like shopkeep, Stardew Valley sort of situation.
I like it.
So I like it. I like that you can craft magical items now without needing to talk with the DM really to get the material components. You can give yourself a big savings, work together. Pretty easy to see the breakdown, how much everything costs. It's all kind of built in for you. Easy to identify these charts and tables in the book. So overall, I love it. Much better than 2014.
Oh, yeah.
And I think a great boon for your character as far as roleplay and even combat.
100%. That has been our coverage of what you can do with the tools and all of your functions in terms of creation in the D&D 2024 Player's Handbook. If you're enjoying this content, please remember to smite that like button, ring that notification bell, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. We love engaging with you. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can go over to fanrolldice.com, buy a couple of fun math rocks, and you can type in the code GG10 at checkout to get 10% off your order and a kickback to us so we can continue producing and upscaling the content that we're bringing to you every day.
And also, we now have the button active to join, become a member of Green and Garb right here on YouTube. So if you don't see it yet, you'll probably see it very soon. Click on that. You can join. You become a Green Squire, Green Knight, Green Lord. Really support us, and then you can have a little badge by your name, so you'll be extra Green Knight.
Absolutely. And there are some other perks and benefits that we will be showing and telling about, all in a entirely separate video coming soon.
Step right up, step right up. Finest spell scrolls in all Fandelver.
Well, what's that?
Well, this is a spell scroll of wish.
A spell scroll wish. Hey, you know what? I've always wanted to fly.
Well, with this spell scroll, if you wish it, your dreams may come true.
How much does that spell scroll cost?
50,000 gold pieces.
I'm out of here, man.